What's up, guys? It's Rob here, and today we're going to be talking about Terra Luna Classic, ticker symbol LUNC. This coin has been blowing up lately, and we're going to break down the likelihood that it could potentially get to 1 cent because a lot of people are saying it will get there and get there soon. A lot of people are saying it will go even higher, potentially to $1. And before we talk about that, we're going to talk about the likelihood of it getting to 1 cent and how it might go about doing that and what would actually be required for that to happen, as well as how likely I think that it will actually do it. Now, if you look at the price chart for this coin, you can see it has been rising for the past couple of weeks. It's been a pretty dramatic gain that we've seen over the past while. People have made a lot of money in it, and we have actually seen a little bit of a top over the past couple of hours. We've moved down from that point. We're going to talk about what might be going on with this. And if you look at the volume chart, you can actually see that volume is still increasing right here at the bottom, these gray bars. So there are still new people getting into this, and it's possible it could go higher than it currently is. But how high, we'll discuss towards the end of this. Now, you can see a lot of people are obviously interested in Terra Luna Classic. It's #2 trending on StockTwits. On Google, a ton of people have been searching for it, especially in the morning when it was peaking. And we're going to use a couple of statistics to break down the likelihood that it could actually get to 1 cent. So looking at this end goal of 1 cent, if the end goal is to get Terra Luna Classic to 1 cent, then you have to do a couple of calculations to figure out how it could potentially get there. And you take the current price and you then divide the end goal of 1 cent by the current price to figure out how much would it need to gain in order to get there. And the answer is 36.94x. That's what it would need to do. Just about 37x in price to get to 1 cent. And when you look at that, you say, okay, it's at such a low price already, right? 0.00025 cents. That shouldn't be too hard to get it to 1 cent until you look at the market cap. And the current market cap of Terra Luna Classic is $1.77 billion. Now, if you actually multiply that by what it would need to get to 1 cent, 36.94, the end goal market cap of Terra Luna Classic is $65.38 billion, right? So if you want Terra Luna Classic to get to 1 cent, then the market cap would end up being $65 billion. Now, you can look at a map of other cryptos and see where would that place it, where would it rank in terms of size relative to other cryptocurrencies, and it would actually place it right here at spot number 4, usurping the place of USDC. It would have a market cap of 65 billion, just below the market cap of Tether. Now, in terms of likelihood, that's not incredibly likely, right? That happens very rarely. There have only been a couple of cryptos that have been able to get up to those kinds of market caps, especially when they start out at very small prices. Shiba Inu and Dogecoin are two of them. Potentially Terra Luna Classic will be another, but in my opinion, it's going to be a very long battle. Now, obviously, there are people talking about all kinds of things that could go on with Terra Luna Classic to make this not a reality, right? Maybe they would do some burns or something to that effect. And, to that, I would say there are a lot of cryptos that often talk about burns and often talk about ways in which the coin could potentially skyrocket in price. And in practicality, in the real world, how often does that really happen? There are only a couple examples that I can think of where we've actually seen coins get up into these multi-billion-dollar levels when they start out as really small micro cryptos almost. And it just doesn't happen too often. Now, I'm not saying that it's impossible for Terra Luna Classic to get to 1 cent, but it would take an extraordinary amount of investor presence and just retail investors jumping into this to a level that we have not yet seen. Currently, we're only seeing this thing, #2 most active on StockTwits. It would almost certainly have to be #1. We'd have to see a whole bunch more users searching for this thing and looking into it, getting new people jumping into this coin. And, we have only peaked at 0.00031 cents. So we would have to get significantly higher than that. We need a whole bunch more volume coming in for that to happen. And it would just take a whole bunch of things going very right for this to actually happen. In terms of the likelihood, I unfortunately don't think it's too likely to happen. I'm not saying it's impossible, but $65 billion in market cap, when you look at it that way, would place it at the #4 spot of cryptos. And that just happens very rarely. It's extremely rare for a crypto this small to get up there. And once again, not impossible, but just not incredibly likely, in my opinion. That's just a short little analysis, just some statistics that I wanted to show you guys, showing you why I think that. And obviously, there are going to be people out there who say it will happen no matter what. and that there are all these things that are going right for it and that are going to happen. And I personally will believe it when I see it. So I'm not going to be taking a position in LUNC. I'm not trying to say you shouldn't. This isn't financial advice. This is just my opinion. I'm just sharing it with you guys for anyone who's interested. So if you guys want more of that, feel free to subscribe to the channel. And other than that, I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.